What is up? What's up, everybody? This is Merc the Mike. This is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Ring. I am Merc the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And a lot of wrestling to talk about. But first, we have our wrestling retrospect, and I pick Goldust. Or Dustin Rhodes, whatever you want to. If you went that far back, it's all good. Um, I actually had a quite time actually looking at these matches because there were some I watched when it was like on VHS. Like they used to do those like random like VHS tapes, like the hidden secret matches and shit. Or if like you go to his DVD, they'll have these bonus matches on there. So these are some I found. My first one is Bret Hart versus Goldust, and I don't think they ever fought before this or after this. I think this was like their first time ever touching. As seen as long as both of them had been in the business, they didn't really cross paths a lot. I think they fought here and they fought once in King of the Ring. So my match is WWF Raw. This is 1997. Don't tell me like the exact date, but it's Brett versus Goldust. This was when Brett was in his Hate America and All Canadian days. So pretty much he was a babyface in Canada, but he was a heel in America. Um, Goldust also kind of had like different makeup. Like he kind of had more of a. It was like half showing his face. It was like something like I'd never seen before that on TV anyway. But it was like half black, and then the rest of it was showing his face. And this was actually a really good back and forth match. It was like a really high tense match, and then it goes into Brett cheating to take out Goldust's knee, and then the way the match ends is it goes by DQ because Brett puts the figure four leg lock around the pole and doesn't let go, and it takes a bunch of people to take him off of it. But the match was actually really fun to watch because like they were intense. The fight, the punches look crazy and everything like that. And like I said, Brett's probably one of the greatest storytellers. So anytime he's in a match, it makes it fun. So there you go. That's my first match.
The first one I have is Goldust versus Steve Austin. They say it is December 15th, 96. It says rare dark match from WWF in your house.
Nice.
12. Uh, that's uh, that's kind of crazy. They did 12 of those. All right. Um, the channel is Big Daddy AEL 1964. That's a hell of a channel, but this is a rare match. So if you want to find it, there you go. Uh, the first most interesting thing is because it's a house match, there's no commentary, so this is the usual fan experience. The other thing is, I guess because it's a dark match, they're not expecting this, and also Austin isn't the superstar yet.
Yeah.
When he comes out, there's people cheering, but it's not crazy. Goldust comes out with Marlena, so it's very familiar. Goldust, big wig, and she has a big cigar. As far as the match is, it's actually not that exciting. It's more, I guess, just filler because it's not really go. They're not really doing all the hits.
Yeah.
Like Goldust has the power slam, the kick to the balls in the corner, the rub his chest and make the sound effect and then slap you in the face. Like there's a lot of stuff that's missing. It's just more stone coldish, throwing punches, body slams, I guess a few chin locks, and then Goldust is like ripping at his face at some parts. It's actually very uh tame, but it's interesting to see it, I guess, for historic standpoints, because this is a match that for most people who did not go live, you've never seen this.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Yeah. Um, and there is one thing though that persists in some of these matches is where Goldust tries to leave. So that plays a part in the end of the match. He tries to leave. But Stone Cold drags him back, which he tries to do the old, I got you. But for some reason, again, this is a story thing. I don't know what's going on. Triple H comes out with his championship, his gold dust, or tries to distract Stone Cold just enough for him to get the stunner, and then that's the end of the match. And it's like, what happened?
there
So I'm confused.
you go. My next match is this is another in your house kind of stuff. This is one of the rare times that Undertaker loses a casket match. This is in your house. Beware of the Dog, May 26, 1996. This is Goldust versus Undertaker in a casket match, which happened to be a gold casket. Um, this was a good character match. This led into Mick Foley as Mankind kind of mandible clawing him when Taker opened the casket, and then that's how Taker loses because Mick Foley kind of knocks his ass out inside the casket. But the match itself was actually pretty solid. Um, there's a lot of times that Goldust goes for the pin in this match because he doesn't want to drag him. But you get a lot of shenanigans back and forth. Melina trying to get involved, and Paul Bear trying to uh, threatening to hit Melina with the urn, and there's a bunch of things going on in that. But there's times this match was really slow because again they're both pretty tall and big, and the way they're acting to not go in the casket, it was kind of slow. But other than that, it was a lot of story into this match, so it was a fun one. So this was on the WWE YouTube page, so you can find it there.
The second one I have is this is WWF Raw. They say it is 5/27/96. Goldust versus Ultimate Warrior. They have it in two parts. It's on Goldust Clips on YouTube, which is interesting. They have like a majority of his 90s matches if you want to see him.
Yeah.
This one I had never seen, so I didn't know he fought Ultimate Warrior. I thought he was gone already. Uh, it's and it's pretty much Warrior as you know him. So this is before he went to WCW and kind of tarnished his reputation.
Yeah.
He came out with a really cool sparklers with the emblem, the pyro in the ring. Like that's the one thing I'll give him credit for. Like if you wanted to see a show for a good 2 minutes, you got a hell of a show. When he came out, cocaine was a hell of a. Um, this one is not really gonna be anybody's like, oh, this was a storytelling, whatever. It was mostly just again punches and kicks on Warrior and him doing the Hulk up every now and again, and then getting slapped in the face for it, which I think was the nice Goldust touch. So that put him down, but eventually he got tired of it, and then once again, Goldust is like, he's too strong for me, so I got to get out of here. Now this one is the King of the Ring for that year, so it's King of the Ring '96. It turns out if you get counted out, double counted out, you both don't advance because that's what happens. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was for story reasons, maybe to keep Warrior from winning it.
Yeah.
And Goldust was the IC champ at this time.
Yeah.
So Goldust backs out, and Warrior just follows him into the back, and it's just that's it. Both get counted out. You both don't advance, and then for some reason, King, who was he was the star of the match. The amount of crap he was talking is legendary.
Yeah.
But he chases him with the broken prop chair from the match, and mind you, that happens during the match. And the Warrior sees him, and then just slowly stalks him back to where he came from. Nothing ever comes of it. Just a bunch of red. Not great. Not great.
um. My last match is this is also like a dark match on in your house. This is in your house 10/20/1996. This is a dark match of Shawn Michaels versus Goldust for the WWF title. Um, like you said, like usually when they do dark matches, it has no commentating. It's just them two fighting in the match. Um, It was a really fun match. There was some shenanigans with Marlena outside the ring. Goldust catches him. He kisses Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels then he does like a reverse suplex, reverses it, and then he does the sweet chin music, and that's how he ends the match. But it was a fun match. It was babyface Shawn versus heel Goldust. Pretty. This is pretty early Goldust too because he still wore like the whole getup and not like showing a bit more. So fun match though. This is on Big Daddy AEL 1964. He
Yep,
had that
yeah,
whole
another
match
one.
on there. Yeah. So that's it.
The third one I have is Owen Hart versus Goldust. Uh, Date wise, they do not give us a date. It is the era is I guess maybe Free Nation Owen because he's got the nugget, the danger symbol
Okay, so
outfit
he's
on, and he's not a nugget.
mm,
So you see the signs, and the crowd will chant nugget here and there, which is
yeah.
funny. Um, it's not a long match. It's about 2 minutes of intro and story, and that kind of plays into the match because it's mostly back and forth, right? It's not really one person beating up the other too much, but what you're told in the beginning is that Goldust flashed Deborah, which somehow caused Jeff Jarrett to lose his match because he got distracted by the whole thing, and then D'Lo Brown, I think, pinned him.
Yeah.
So, lo and behold, about a minute from the end of this match, Jeff Jarrett and Deborah, old Slapnuts himself, shows up. She's got the short trench coat on, and I'm assuming it was to distract Goldust. But then he just puts on this smile and starts looking at the crowd like, hey, hey, look at that. And so he's not really distracted. Owen sees it and then gets mad,
All
and then he gets pinned. So it backfired on the wrong person. So this was actually pretty entertaining.
right. That is our wrestling retrospect. We will have a new person at the end of the show.
And King
But
was going insane,
yeah,
insane. He was losing his mind.
the things he used to say back then.
Daisy used to say, he said, did you have both contacts on in one eye? I've never heard that before. That cracked me up. Like, Jesus. So random.
All right. Now we go to the weekend wrestling. We have Monday Night Raw, which was in Saudi Arabia. So we kick off with uh the tag champs coming out, right? With Liv Morgan coming out celebrating her ring, and then Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill come out, and they pretty much go at it, and then it lines up going into a battle royal. Adam Pearce comes out to kind of make control of things, and that's what happened. He got RKO'd the day before too, which was great.
Yeah, I think somebody should have hit him. Mikhail should have kicked him in the balls or something.
Yeah,
Something.
but it was a fun segment. Then we leads into a battle royal later on that night, and then it goes into the battle royal. The winner was Io Sky. It was a fun. I thought it was a fun match.
I thought it was good. I just thought the wrong person won. I thought maybe
Who you had winning?
would have been cool if Chidi won.
Yeah.
Would have been cool if Bianca won. I don't mind. I was expecting them to at least start it. They
Yeah.
sparked the little rumor with Liv talking crap. So let's see.
I see. We go from there. We go to the New Day versus the War Raiders. Tension still flying between the New Day.
Yeah. So the reason they said they had this match is because it was a. I guess the War Raiders are honorable people
Yeah.
because they already won, right? And they just said, "Oh, it was because of interference, so let's do it again." Which that's what Kofi said. So Kofi was more pissed off because Woodsy had cost him the match
Yeah.
by being greedy
Yep.
and being a bad quarterback, and that keeps continuing till this match.
Yes.
Although I have to say, I don't think they would have won anyway
Yeah.
because it was looking kind of more towards the War Raiders side at the end. But Woods gets caught with their nasty clothesline into Ivar, Ivar into the suplex. It was just, yeah, I wouldn't want that. Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
So, what
More.
did they accomplish? That's my question.
Yeah.
Except making them look bad. What did you accomplish, Woodsy?
Nothing. He's a bad quarterback.
Lead them in alone.
He plays for the Jets. A bad quarterback. Sami Zayn explanation. You also had some bloodline storylines going with this. This also leads into Friday, but it was really good. I enjoyed it.
No explanation though,
Not really explanation.
because he kept getting every time somebody's about to say something, somebody kept coming out.
Yep.
So,
All I say,
and
I
Jimmy
still
doesn't
say
care
Roman
what
deserved
he
it.
says. True, true.
Yeah. Yeah. Like.
But, but as the story goes, Jimmy still doesn't care what he says.
Yeah. You got Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. Really solid match. It was actually a really good match.
Yep, I think that was the match of the show. They got time and they got to go a little ham.
Yeah.
So they represent their two groups very well. And then they push forward the story with Zelina, and they call her Lady. They call her Lady Liberty now
Yeah.
because of Chad Cable. So we'll see.
And then we got number one contender fatal four-way match. This will indicate the next challenger for Gunther. And Damian Priest wins. We also had the interference with Bronson Reed. Also, a lot of
Dom
people.
got robbed. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Huh?
Dom got robbed. That's
Dom
all
got
I'm
robbed.
saying.
Yeah.
Should have won.
Yep. At least he didn't get squashed by Bronson Reed. So he at least he came out like saved without that. Everyone else got squashed.
Well, he was smart. He knew to get out of the ring.
Yeah. There you go.
I got no beef with you. Let me get out of here.
The winner was Damian Priest, and he will be the next in line to get his rematch against Gunther. One thing that bothered me with this is the fact that didn't he already have announced that he has a title shot in Brooklyn?
If he did, I don't remember, but
Yeah,
I won't put it past him.
yeah, they did mention that. That's why I was like, didn't he have a title shot? Anyway, Monday Night Raw, you give it?
I give it a B plus. I think maybe the one thing that carried it was the Gable and Dragon Lee match.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, now it makes even more sense why I say Dom got robbed, because what you saying, Priest was already going to get a shot. It was like, well, still could have had Dom win and then get his ass kicked.
yep.
That would have been fun. Has he fought him yet? Has he fought Gunther yet?
Who Dom? Yeah,
Yeah, he did. Oh,
Dom fought him twice.
well,
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, actually. No, no, no. It was a couple months ago. He did fight Gunther though.
okay.
Yep, yep. All right, we go to NXT, and this was in the 2300 arena in ECW Homeland. We kick off with Jada Parker versus Lola Vice. With Dawn Marie as their
It was a
special
pretty.
referee.
Oh yeah, this is true. Uh, they should have showed Tori Wilson's dad.
Yeah.
R.I.P. because he killed him. Um,
See,
so this is a
WWE.
pretty pretty solid street fight. But I mean, I like that they're making it part of Jada Parker's character that she wins street fights,
Yeah.
that she fights dirty. But but gonna call out the elephant in the room is that if you get hit in the head with a brick, that should be the end of the fight. That's a Def Jam move. Come on,
Yeah, the
come on.
brick. I will say the brick was not needed, and it looked like it looked like when you use a sponge and it just dries out. That's what it looked like, just in orange.
Yeah, but it still broke. Still did its purpose,
Yeah,
but the fact that it didn't end the match was like, why would you do that? Like,
yeah,
what's the
that should
point?
have just ended the match. That should have not been just a hit and then you hit a person again. That should be the end all be all if you're gonna get hit in the head with a brick.
Yeah, that's why I think that's where a little bit of the wrestling stuff, like,
Yeah,
oh, you gotta do your finishing moves. Like, come on, man.
or
Sometimes you just gotta know when to say enough is enough.
yeah, I think I agree with that. Like the brick should have just been the end of the match. You hitting someone with a brick. That's it.
Yeah,
Be gone.
yeah.
But it was fun. I'll say the
That's
match is fun though.
CTE, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, come on. What are you guys doing?
Good match. It was a fun match though. You got Russ Lee versus Yvonne Evans. That was a really fun match as well.
Yes, sir. I
RVD
mean, he
comes
didn't
out.
have to take on RVD like that, so that's why he caused himself a problem in the match.
Yep, he did to
Uh,
himself.
but I will say, everything considered, I still think it was one of the best matches of the night. I like or see, here's my thing, is that his gear was so busy, it looked like it was for the Dudleys, but then it had like, I think it had like a dragon or something on it, so it
Yeah,
was like, was it RVD also? I couldn't tell. To my
yeah.
to my
I can't. I didn't know what he was going with.
so
I'm gonna have to look at it again.
I thought Dudleys. I was like, what? Wait a second, but they're not the ones helping you. Anyway,
Yeah,
nice attempt at a frog splash across the ring. I mean, he got 75% of it, so it was all right.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what he did. Anyway, we go to the next match. We have Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley versus All Ego Ethan Page and Rich Holland.
This one's pretty solid, but you could tell 100% it was more for story
Yeah,
to push things along,
and the
mostly
crowd.
for Rich Holland. You can see, yeah, but it was like you had to have a legend in the match because that's the other thing. RVD wasn't in the last match,
Yeah,
so
got
got to
cheated.
have somebody in there.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like again, it was for the spot. It was for Devon to come out and all that stuff. So I think it did it for the crowd. As in like technical of a match, it wasn't that great, but it did what it needed to do.
hmm But it was more for Rich Holland to steal a win.
Yep, that bastard.
So now he has claim to pin the NXT champion. So
Yep.
we'll see where this goes.
North American champion, yeah, Tony D'Angelo versus Nunzio. Mama Luke. Tony Mama Luke.
This was more fun than anything.
Yeah, it was fun. It
It wasn't
wasn't.
really that much of a match, so
Yeah.
I just like that they played the hits. Like if you know Nunzio's like moveset and whatnot, basically they played the hits and went
Yeah.
and did the thing.
That
That's it.
boy can
That's all
still
they
do
had to
it
do.
too. I've seen him. The last time we went to Philly, he was there. He did a match with the Battlegrounds. That was like 2 years
hmm
ago.
When he
Uh,
came back the first time, was it in TNA?
Nuzio.
Yeah. But he had come back recently. Was it TNA?
Usually is when
Or was it
they.
just Indies?
I think it was Indies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was TNA.
It was. Okay.
It was for the X Division title.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then our main event was the five lady tag match. You have Julia Valkyr, Jordan Grace, Zaria, and Jordan and Kalani Jordan versus Perez, Jade Cargill, not Jade Cargill, Cora Jade, and Fatal Influence. This match I actually really like for it being like a five-person tag. I really enjoyed it. Like I think that there's so many ways you could have like had boo boos in this match because there's so many people, but I think they did a good job in balancing everything.
And I think the good part of it was that everybody got a little bit of a little bit of spotlight on them.
Yeah,
But I think this because of the story between the main two people, you got to see that like those were the two first two in the ring and whatnot. So at least you didn't forget why they were having the match.
yeah,
I mean, because yeah, it was supposed to be like yeah, like all these new people versus the established ones. Even though one of those girls is
yeah,
brand new also.
yeah,
Listen, when they were having a promo about keeping the newbies out, I was like, but one of them is right next to you. Why you say that?
yeah. But her.
But not you. But
It was
not you.
like the
Maybe.
Simpsons episode, when they kicked Homer out the clubhouse, and like only one Homer, and like no homers. You can have one. So
Other than that, I thought it was very good.
yeah,
And then they set up things for the future, so we'll see. Jordan got speared by our teammate, so
yeah,
that will have some type of ramification in the future, hopefully.
yeah. I would like to see that match. So what interesting thing with Jordan Grace? Jordan Grace is pretty much finishing off with TNA. I think she filmed her last tapings. I think this and next week, and then she's done with TNA. Starting January, she's full time at NXT.
She's not gonna be like a free agent. She's just gonna
She's going
sign
straight
over.
to NXT.
That's interesting. All right, I look forward to that.
Yeah, because that was something I saw they were talking about too, and it was like something that she's still doing dates for TNA, and then I think they're still gonna allow her to wrestle in TNA for a while too, while they have that partnership. So
We'll
I
see
think
what
it fits both
happens.
of them. Yeah, because I think they want Masha Slamovich to get the spotlight now. She's the champion, so she's kind of like closing out her side of things right now. But we'll see. But I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was really good stuff. NXT, we give it.
NXT, I give it same thing. I give it a B plus.
I go the same. I feel like most of the matches didn't really hit, but you had story. But I think that the main event really delivered, and then I think the first what was it the hardcore match? I thought the ladies killed it that day. Like I think the ladies stole the show. Um, AEW is next. Let's go.
That's not you gonna be on your own. I watch the two things and one thing pissed me off so much I stopped watching the
What was the thing that
show.
pissed you off so much?
Malachi Black getting treated like a jobber.
Yeah.
With
So
his special move has no effect. It's not effective. Really?
it's a Adam Cole big ass head. Anyway, I liked the match, but that really like turned me off to it. And also, I didn't like the fact that Malachi just ate the Canadian Destroyer and just went straight into it. I hate when they do that. It's just something that always turns me off in a match. Um, Pretty much AEW is using a WWE gimmick to get over on AEW, which makes sense. It's Bobby Lashley and MVP Shelton Benjamin. I just hope they gets done better or gets done good. I like Bobby there. Let's see if he don't get lost in the shuffle.
I
Y-
think they already messed it up with Shelton
yeah,
because I don't think he should have fought Swerve already.
yeah. I guess I agree.
I
I
think
agree
he
that, and I
missed.
also agree that they should not have shown Bobby Lashley there.
I think they should have. Again, the thing that they want to do is for a new audience. Like, yes, we know who he is, but like, and the reason it's so shocking the way his first few matches went was because how like strong and like the way he could eat people's offense, almost things that he could wasn't allowed to do
Yeah,
before. Like a guy like his size, again, his size and his skill set, you want to put him like on the same pedestal as somebody like Bobby Lashley. You want them to be equals, not just like, oh, here's the one and then you got the final boss. Like it's still
yeah,
treating them like that. Like it's one and then another one. It's like, oh, then you get to the last one. It's like what you want is for all of them to be considered as dangerous as possible.
yeah,
So then when you have the guy get beat up, one of the three already get beat up, and it's like, well, then I got a 50% chance of taking you out now because I already beat one of you. I don't
Yeah,
want to hear. You know what I mean? So I think that would have been better served for being saved for later. Like if the full gear match was Swerve versus Shelton.
yeah,
After Shelton beat up a bunch of people, like and got maybe somebody more higher named under his belt before he fought Swerve, I think it would have been better.
yeah.
And
I
then
agree.
let him out.
I feel like it's went right back into what it was, and sadly, that's what it is. And again, I think Bobby could have been saved for the pay per view. I think you could have probably added one more person before you bring in Bobby, depending on how big of a group they want. Usually, there's 4 to 3 to 4 people. So, but it is what it is. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allen versus Pac and Claudio. It was alright. It I have issues with AEW's refs because again, Moxley's out there and doing shit, and ref is just like, I'm scared, I ain't gonna say shit. Instead of like DQing the match and stuff like that. It went to a no contest, but it took a while for it to go to no contest while the referee was watching everything happen. He's like scared, but I I guess I get what they're doing. Do am I enjoying it? Not really, because it's kind of one sided thing. And then when you see them like do the shield shit. Like they're fighting when they all tagging, they tagging like the shield, like as in they all attacking at once kind of thing. And then they stop, and then they get their ass kicked, and then they have to come back and stuff like that. Like if you're dominating like that, then just dominate like that. Don't fucking like he's kicking out at one and then fucking catching up and shit. It's just there's a lot of mismatch there that bothers the shit out of me. We got the learning tree versus the collaboration.
The clowns, you might as well call them clowns.
I didn't care
What
for
is
this
she in
match.
this
I
group? Get
honestly,
him out of that group.
I kind of like
Get him out
skipped
of
it,
there.
so that's something I skipped. Cole versus Malachi, I just said it. I had issues with him eating the fucking Canadian Destroyer, then Cole eating the fucking his finisher that took him out 7 times, and this is the one time he beat Malachi Black. Um,
It's just there's different ways to do that instead of making people Supermans. You know
my
what I
thing,
mean?
my thing is, and this is something that I wish they do more, is utilize the ring. Like if you kick him near the fucking rope, at least let him like barely grab the rope or something like that. Or
Hmm.
like it's minor shit that has to be done. Or like say for instance if you get kicked out the ring or something like that, just so it gives you time to recover from the fucking kick instead of just kicking out.
Yeah, it's things that this they refuse to do for the at the right moments. They'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the
It's
same
been done
thing.
before.
It's the same thing with the tag team wrestling too. Like, why don't you do things that involves your tag partner helping you kick out instead of it kicking out everything on two?
Hmm.
There's a partner there. They should help you kick out. Anyway, Christian Hook. I don't give a fuck about this, and sadly, I like Christian. I just don't like Hook. Like I'm burnt out with Hook. I don't care for the character anymore, and I think they made him very goofy with the fucking bat symbol. So
I
that's
got
just
nothing
me.
to say. I stopped watching after Cole and Malachi. So
Uh,
anything after that, I don't know.
Penelope Ford versus Jamie Hayter. It was an okay match. Nothing really special. I honestly thought she was Dana Brooke, but I realized it's not. So, but she does the flippies like Dana Brooke, so that's also a reason why. But it was nothing special. It was something to kind of build Jamie Hayter back into the roster, but other than that, it was nothing really special. Yeah, Don Callis talked to MJF. He pretty much hired someone to take out Adam Cole, and it was gonna be one of those guys. So basically, Adam Cole is involved with the Callis family now. So you had the main event, which was Takesha and Fletcher versus Ricochet, and his mystery partner was Powerhouse Hobbs, turning back. Match was good. Ended with pretty much Don Callis' grooves coming in, and then Adam Cole making the save as well. So now he's involved with that whole storyline. And that's the end of AEW. I give it a C minus. Um, did you get to watch TNA?
Uh, yes, but then it went to like a flashback, so I only watched the current thing.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, yeah, Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich versus Ashley Edwards and Tasha Steele. Fun match.
That was pretty good. Got the story across.
Yep. You have Wendy Chu versus Rosemary. I thought that was solid as well. Kind of ends their storyline.
hmm That's pretty good. I hope it doesn't just end at that. Let's see if they get a few more matches out of it.
Same. Did their flashback stuff, and then you had Jody Treat versus Heather by Elegance. That was I thought was pretty solid. And then you had the main event, which was for the X Division Championship. You had Mike Bailey versus Moose for the X
hmm
Division title. Fantastic match. Moose wins, takes the title. Trent Stevens comes in, gives him a hug, and then low blows him. No more friendship.
Yes, sir.
TNA I actually give it a A minus. Like I thought the whole show was solid. It was just a lot of back. It felt like they only filmed like half a show, so basically added like old footage into it. So
Mm.
I'll give it an A minus though, because the Moose and Mike Bailey was well worth it. The promos was actually well worth it as well. Uh, WWE SmackDown. All right, we kick off with the opening segment of Jay asking Reigns to hear Sammy out. Then you had Solo come in. There's a lot of good stuff. I actually love the whole storyline. I think it's right back into what it was before and getting interesting. So, and we got more of it later on too.
Yeah, it did a good job of not just going right back to the same thing,
Yeah,
but also like making you realize the little pieces of Roman's character. Like, yeah, if you didn't really like him, you'd probably beat him up already. So
yeah,
we know that. And then his reaction of like, why you wasting my time?
yep,
But deep down, you know he wants to hang out with him.
yep,
So
yep.
it's kind of foreshadowing what happens later on. So that
Sammy
was pretty
Uso.
good. And the crowd was good.
Yeah,
Crowd was good.
yeah. You got Bailey versus Candice LeRae. I thought this match was solid. Bailey wins.
I mean, I think she needs a solid change of presentation because she still seems like if you don't know enough about Candice LeRae
Yeah,
to air why does she come out with wings? Like, there's just things about her character that always seem nebulous, like just up in the air. Because it's like you can say that what she is on commentary, but it doesn't mean anything because there's not enough
yeah. She
screen
hasn't done
time
enough.
there.
And then her title is on X and not even on fucking TV.
Sure. But it's just like it just feels like why. So I'm happy she got a match, and like they're trying to tell you why she's important. But I think like her on the screen and stuff, and like in the back, they need to do like segments of showing why she's important.
Yeah, I agree. They should let her promo. They should let her tell a story as well.
But other than that, match was fine.
Yeah, and that's something that Bailey been wanting to wrestle for a while.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, they tell you that like 17
yeah,
times on
yeah,
content.
they did. They did.
But they didn't. People sitting in the crowd. That what the hell does that mean to me?
Yep.
So
You got Pretty Deadly versus DIY. This was kind of story oriented because Tommaso Ciampa was pissed that Johnny Gargano was talking with the new tag champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. So in this match, pretty much Tommaso Ciampa just beat the shit out of W Pretty Deadly by himself, takes the win.
hmm
Um, I like the story that they're showing between DIY, so let's see where that goes.
I
But
mean, I'm sad they had to catch the beat down, but it
yeah,
is what it is.
it's pretty deadly though. I think they'll bounce back eventually.
I'm saying Johnny better be careful.
Yeah, yeah. He done this before to you.
Yes, pretty much.
He tried to kill you twice. You got Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. I actually really enjoyed this match. I thought Cargill was actually great, pretty great in it as well. Like I think they both all had great chemistry in this match. I really enjoyed it.
True, but I think it's because I mean, yes, it's physical, but the one thing that's consistent is the stories that are being told and outside and inside. You know, they that Jade and Nia Jax have beef because of shouting at her kid and whatnot, got her disqualified.
Yeah,
So like, there's things there to make it personal between some of the people, and then just again, got to give credit to Tiffany how she works for everybody, like
yeah.
really good.
I like
So being
shout
kind
outs.
of a dirt bag,
Yeah,
like a clueless dirt bag,
yeah,
it's kind of just it seems like everybody just knows how to beat her up.
yeah. I also like the fact that they actually had tag moves.
This is true.
Yeah, I was like, all right, they got a tag move. There you go. And then was this the main event? No, we had like the
And
women's
Candace
segment.
got beat up by Naomi. So
Yep, and yeah, that happened. Then we got Motor City Machine Guns versus A Town Down Under. Solid match. I like the news. I like the presentation of their entrance. Now they had the fireworks and the and stuff. It was actually pretty cool. And then we end with the Bloodline season 5. And it goes into Solo holding Roman down, Sami Zayn coming for the coming in, and then he's saying kick him in the head, and then Sammy kicks the shit out of Solo, and then you have the Bloodline come in. Sammy kicks the shit out of the Superman punch to a then to a Yakuza kick. That shit was actually a pretty deadly combo as well. And it was a really fun segment, a really good ending to Monday Night Raw with their Bloodline, OG Bloodline return. I was just missing Paul Heyman.
this is true. But he'll be back when he needs summoned. So we'll see.
Yes, but
I think it was everything wrapped up nicely, but it made sense
yeah,
because Solo keeps trying to use Sammy, and it's like,
my dog.
don't do that. Don't do that.
I gotta give credit, a lot of credit to Solo, because he's been fucking great in his promos, and I don't think he gets the credit, and most people don't give him the credit he deserves.
Well, I think he's not supposed to get credit. He's a bad guy. You're supposed to
Yeah.
boo him, so they boo him and chant "F you Solo." So I think it's working.
But he's been fucking hilarious. He's been making me laugh for
Hmm.
certain things he says. So
You can tell he's brothers with the Usos because
yeah,
he's got a sense of humor.
yeah. SmackDown, we give it.
SmackDown, I give it an A.
I give it A as well.
We
I
didn't really
thought it
talk
was a
about
solid match.
Randy.
Oh
We
yeah,
talk
and
about
Randy.
Randall
Oh shit, the pile
being
driver.
being murdered.
I actually love that segment too. I actually see
Makes
the.
sense.
I like the story they're telling, and KO is gonna bet you he's gonna deny it too. And like, oh, you made me do this. He's gonna blame everyone but himself.
The one thing I think that they didn't point out 100% was that Cody was there. Like he wasn't the most important person there, but at least he was there.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that he didn't jump him,
yeah.
but yeah, it looked good. And they tell you the importance of what the moves, the band, and this and that. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, yep. All right. We go to the collision. Did you watch it? No.
I wanted to. I heard good news. I heard the Outrunners advanced in the tournament, so they will be going for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that match.
So we had House of Black versus Iron Savages. House of Black destroys them. They have the Outrunners versus Top Flight. There's tension between the two brothers, and the Outrunners took advantage of it. It was a good match. That was actually a pretty solid match. Roger Strong versus Beast Immortals. Mortis. That was a okay match. A lot of like little things here and there, but I thought the match was solid. Lance Archer came back in the end and jumped Roger Strong in the end. So him and Adam Cole are going to a Mortal Kombat tower for MJF. Chris Statlander in action. I don't know why, but they do. But Mercedes Monet did attack her after her match and stood dancing with the belt. Jack
I,
Perry versus Action Andretti.
can I make a comment about that with Statlander and being involved with Monet now? It's just like that also feels rushed too because the whole reason she's attacking us because she beat Camille.
hmm
And it's just like they already did that already. It's like, come on, man, you're supposed to say that.
Yeah,
Because Camille, like, how many what losses she got? That was her first one. Like, you gotta slow down, man.
yeah. Take shit to
Camille
person.
should be undefeated for a good minute.
Yeah. Action Andretti versus Jack Perry. Was solid, but none, like I don't care. AR Fox versus Nick Wayne. I actually watched the match. I thought it was solid because I like AR Fox. Nick Wayne actually takes the win. The Death Riders versus the Conglomeration. Guess who wins this match? And then, pretty much, Death Riders win, and then they destroyed everyone that's in the ring. And then you also got a tease of Julia Hart returning. Or
Is
one,
she the most powerful member of the House of Black?
I guess I
Seems
don't.
like it.
It seems like she's not even part of it because she's kind of going into her own little thing.
Well,
It was fun while it lasted. Anyway, Collision. I'll go C minus as well. Like there was some good things. The Outrunner match was pretty solid. But everything else was just regular AEW that none really catches me right now. So it is what it is. Um, we could go next to podcasts we listen to. I know Van Vliet had Austin Theory on. That was actually a pretty good conversation. He also had Ricochet on earlier the week too. And that was actually really good as well. I did not listen to anything else. There's only two I listened to.
nope,
Listen to
I
any
ain't
cast?
that much this week. Nope.
Alright, we go to the wrestling retrospect, and it is your pick. Who do you have?
Uh, this pick, I wanted to try to find somebody older. So, did we do number one? Did we do Ultimate Warrior already? I think we probably did, but I want to make sure.
I'll tell you right. I think give me one second. Where is the list? God damn it, I can't find my list. Did we pick Warrior? We didn't pick Warrior.
No, we did.
We did not pick Warrior.
All right, so let's pick the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
And this goes to matches before he was known as that, if he has any.
The Dingo Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right.
He was the Dingo Warrior, and then later on, just Warrior because he copyrighted his name, so WWE can't
Mhm.
take it. So those are the things he did. Um. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, hey, look, Ricochet is still Ricochet, so
Yeah,
it's a smart thing to do.
that's true. That is true. I think I have it here. All right. So Warrior is our pick. All right. So we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok, or Mark the Mike. Also follow Recycle Link.
Yes, sir. Just make sure you follow us anywhere, everywhere. Recycle Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yep, yep,
And we got a WordPress, so check it out.
yep, yep. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Because